Hi, my name's Holland and I'm an amateur mixed media artist and composer.
Welcome, welcome. It is the 31st of October as I am recording this, so it's Halloween. And you might well ask, how is Calmtober going? Well, I got as far as day 21, Herb, and then I became ill. So the rest of them did not get done. So what I'm thinking to myself is I might try to speedrun the last few of these things: star, cordial, envelope, armchair, and chimney, and try to get them all done in a manner that is decidedly not calm. Let's give it a go, and when I'm finished I will show you all of my little drawings and paintings. So the prompt for this first one is star, and I'm painting a window here. You can see that I've masked off the frame with some masking tape, and I'm using my Inktense darkest colours to create an inky black sky there. But underneath I have put some little bits of masking fluid that I can rub off later, and that will represent some of the stars. I'm just using a heat tool here to dry things quickly in between layers, because if you're going to be speed running with any kind of water-soluble material, a heat gun is definitely a must. So I'm building up the layers here, which is what you need to do with any water-soluble material if you're wanting a really vibrant or dark or deep colour. And I couldn't find my big fat paintbrush. I think I've left it upstairs or something. So I was just using a kind of similar one. This is really long. I'm not sure where I got that one from. Anyway, I'm building up the colour there, and I think I might be on the last layer here. And then with the magic that is video editing, ping, it's dry. So I'm just pulling off the masking tape now, which was protecting the areas that are going to be the window frame. Now what I'm doing here is painting just the edges of the brick there at the side of the window, and that could be a bit confusing because I'm depicting the inside looking out. So why are there bricks? Well, it's just an industrial kind of style of decorating, I think. And for this painting, I'm not going to be going all the way up to the edges. I'm just kind of doing a bit of a scrappy kind of style where I'm just painting a little way out into those bricks. And then I will be going over them with a pen later to give just a suggestion of some of the lines in between the bricks. But the flat brush there is doing some of the work of that. And I'm using a mixture of red and brown to try and give the sense of a sort of brick red colour. And now I'm rubbing off the masking fluid that I put down before I painted the black paint on there. But I didn't like the way it looked, so I was going over it with a white gel pen. And I was kind of struggling a bit with this because the gel pen was picking up a lot of the Inktense paint, so I had to keep rubbing that off. I will come back to this later because I found that I didn't like the way the stars looked. I thought that they were kind of a bit big, so I wanted to just kind of make them look a bit more blurred and take them into the background a bit. But before I do that, I'm just sort of taking a black pen, actually it's a grey one I think, and I'm just outlining the window frame and then doing some suggestions of the lines between the bricks. And now that I'm looking back at it, I'm actually thinking the white gel pen would have done a better job of that, but hey, you learn with every painting, don't you? And this is where I decided that I didn't really like those larger stars, so I went over them with some of the black Inktense paint just to make them kind of go into the background a little bit more, but I didn't completely remove the white. And then when that was dry, I went over it with a gel pen just to bring the middle spot of it out a little bit more. So the area around it it looks kind of blurry, which is how stars look to me. Maybe they don't look that way to everyone because everyone's eyes are a bit different. For the next 3 prompts, which are cordial, envelope and armchair, I decided to do them all as 3 small sketches all on the same page. So that first one is supposed to be lime cordial. The second one I'm painting there is armchair, and I really struggled with this one. I kind of blocked it in and then sort of gave up a little bit, went to the envelope and then came back to it afterwards. So I think the mistake that I made with the armchair is it's quite a complex shape and I should have had something to look at as a reference, but I didn't. So I was trying to paint it from sort of my mind's eye of what an armchair looked like, and I should have just got a reference picture to start with. And in the end I had to sort of find one that already looked a bit like the one that I was trying to do, which at this point I had found one, and then I was trying to make my little sketch look a bit more like the reference. Perhaps not my best work, but I got the prompts done. I'm now caught up to the prompt that was meant for today, which is chimney. I'm using this reference photo from Pixabay. I've already done a sketch of this one using a water-soluble graphite pencil, and now I'm using a V-Ball waterproof pen to go over the majority of those lines before I put down some of the Inktense paint. I think that this type of urban landscape is probably my favourite thing to paint. Anything where you've got a bit of scenery, trees and stuff, but you've also got some nice clean diagonal and straight lines from the man-made buildings. I think I like the juxtaposition of the man-made stuff and then the nature there as well. You see quite a lot of these old chimneys around, especially here up north. And I like to watch a YouTuber actually called Wandering Turnip who goes around and looks at these, but I don't actually know what they were used for, do you? If anyone knows, tell me in the comments. Because I remember having my mind absolutely blown when I realised that windmills used to be used for grinding crops into flour. I had no idea. I don't know what I thought they did. Maybe I thought they were generating electricity or something. I have no idea. But it just never occurred to me to even wonder. So now I'm kind of like wondering, okay, well, what were these old chimneys for? What were they actually doing? Let me know. Anyway, I hope it's not something grim like like it's a crematorium or something. Anyway, so I'm building up the colour here, just blocking in to begin with the Inktense colours, which is basically watercolour. And just sticking with a fairly limited palette here of browns and blues and greys and stuff, and then I'm going to be using a little bit of green for some of the trees in the background. And even though I'm keeping the colours quite drab and quite dark, it's still not as dark as the original reference photo. I don't think that I possibly can get there with watercolour, or maybe I wouldn't even want to. But anyway, I'm just kind of rambling now, so I'm going to let you watch the rest of this with some music, and then when I finished this one I will come back to talk you through all of the paintings for the whole of the month. having come to the end of this challenge, I think what I've learned from it is that using prompts that have been set by somebody else might push me out of my comfort zone and get me doing subjects that I never would have chosen for myself. But it's never going to produce my best work, especially if I'm doing it in 20 minutes during my lunch break. This, however, is a prompt that I would have chosen, and so I put in the time and the effort to produce something that I'm proud of. So here's the full reveal of the rest of them. This was coloured pencils and it's a teapot. This one is Nightingale, also coloured pencils. This one was Inktense paint and the prompt was oil lamp. This one was Bear, coloured pencils. This one was Library, and since I work in one, I sketched that one. This one is Moth. I like this one a little better than some of the others. This one I really phoned in. It's Rain. And this is Foraging. Those are supposed to be mushrooms. This one was Tree, and I'd already done the graphite sketch at Cusworth Hall, so I just added coloured pencil. Vintage with Neocolour 2s, not my favourite. Herb with coloured pencils. And now we're up to the ones we've done in this video, which is Star, followed by Armchair, Cordial, an Envelope, and then finally the one that you've already seen, which is Chimney. I really like this last one. Which one is your favourite? And if you've been doing an October art challenge, how has it been going? How has it gone? Let me know. Please like, subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video.